When you think about popular airlines, you think of your British Airways, your Ryanair, your EasyJet, and mainly Lufthansa. However, there is one airline, in my opinion, that stands out from the rest and it goes under the radar. Air Canada is one of the fastest growing airlines in the world right now, and despite the criticism received and the poor reputation in the past, it's, in my opinion, one of the most underrated airlines in all of North America. And today, I will be flying Air Canada on board one of its Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners on this transatlantic flight from Edinburgh to Toronto to prove why. Welcome to Edinburgh Airport, the busiest airport in all of Scotland, which serves around 11.5 million passengers per year. We went straight to the Air Canada check-in and bag drop, and then we went to security, which only took around 20 minutes to pass through, surprising due to it being the busy summer months. After security is a duty-free shop, but I didn't spend much time in here today. And while I waited for my flight, I did some plane spotting. The full spotting video will be on my YouTube. However, it wasn't too long until I spotted my aircraft coming in from Toronto, which is registered Charlie-Foxtrot Romeo Sierra Echo, a 10-year-old Boeing 787-9, newly delivered in 2016. Anyway, let's head down to the gate to board our aircraft.
I see, now I do.
Welcome on board this aircraft. My seat for today's flight is 29k. Greeted at your seat is a pillow and a blanket. Let's get ready for departure.
A few areas of very light turbulence as well, signing come on, but expect that.
Anyway, here's the full departure from Edinburgh Airport's runway 24. Just about.
We're on the runway yet?
We are.
Yeah? Yeah, Mom, we're gonna get blasted by the It's so fun. It's only
After taking off from runway 24 at Edinburgh, we turned northwest to head over the Atlantic Ocean, flying over Greenland, then turning southwest into North American territory before landing at runway 26 left at Toronto Pearson. Flight time today was 6 hours and 31 minutes, cruising at 38 and 40,000 feet. Like I said at the start, Air Canada is one of the fastest growing airlines in North America, and despite the reviews that say otherwise, I believe this as well. They have 25 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners, with 10 more in order, and with over 360 aircraft in their fleet, is the biggest airline in Canada and the third biggest in all of America. Shortly after takeoff, when we reached our cruising altitude, the crew came around with the main meal service. So I pulled out my tray table, which was very handy and very big, to see what it was. Two options were offered, one being chicken teriyaki with rice and vegetables, and a pasta course with tomato sauce and cheese, which is what I went for. This was served alongside a green salad, a lemon cake for dessert, and a warm bread roll with some cheddar cheese and butter. And of course the Air Canada bottle of water. A choice of drink was also offered, which I got a Pepsi Max. At the top of your seat there is an adjustable headrest, which was really comfortable and needed for this flight, and there is also a 5-inch recline shown here. At the top of the seat you have your 15-inch screen IFE, which is basically the size of my hand, and also a headphone jack and a USB port. Also a no smoking sign right above the tray table, some more safety information printed on the back of the tray table, and the tray table itself, which was really big and could also be adjustable. In the pocket there is not my headphones, there is the safety card, the buy on board menu, and some sick bags. The legroom was decent for this flight with 31 inches, however you might struggle if you're all roughly over 6 feet tall. The lavatories on board this Boeing 787-9 is roughly the ones that you find in every economy class cabin. It's got your automatic sink, your smoking thing, your soap and your toilet and baby changing. Nearing the end of the flight, a small snack service was served. Two options were offered again, one being a chicken puff pastry and a margherita pizza, which is what I went for, and it was very good. And here's my roll. However, it wasn't too long until we started the descent to land on runway 26 left at Toronto Pearson, also landing 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Anyway, enjoy the full landing into Toronto Pearson. So now that we've landed in Toronto Pearson after that rather pleasant flight with Air Canada, Like I said at the start, Air Canada is one of the fastest growing airlines in North America and one of the most underrated, and I hope I've proved you why. The service was kind of basic, but what you'd expect from a transatlantic flight. A main meal and a snack, which were both really filling. The seat was really comfortable as well and one to pick out. The crew were also really nice and helpful when needed to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trip report. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below and I'll do more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go catch my flight to Windsor and I'll see you next time.